Z, what's your opinion on RareBreed Trigger's forced reset trigger? Mostly useless or completely useless? Neither would be my answer to that. I've said this so often on this channel over and over again. There's two ways to look at these devices, or devices like this. And RareBreed's interesting in its rare approach. One is simply to make a thingamajig to let you fire your gun better to simulate full auto, because full auto is this mystical thing that, since we can't have it because of the NFA for most of us, we then turn it into this must-have thing. Truth is, once you get full auto, and I mean this, everyone I know, with the exception of some collectors, once you get one, you shoot it a bit, and then you're like, and then you don't shoot it much at all. I haven't shot my submachine gun in a couple of years. It costs a lot of money. It's neat, but the allure wears off fast. So that's why a lot of these devices exist, right? But here's what's interesting about RareBreed Trigger. I don't know if it's useless or mostly useless in terms of how it actually physically functions. Truth is, the reality is, I think you're much better off, if you want to shoot a high rate of fire with your gun accurately, you're better off with a high quality match trigger than you are one of these gimmicky things. But I do think RareBreed designed their trigger specifically designed it, probably with legal input or with someone who was a lawyer, to use this device to stand off and get into a legal fight over the NFA. And in that regard, so these devices that are just designed to skirt NFA rules are one thing. I frequently I'm not, whatever, cool, do what you want. But this one was designed specifically to cause what I think is going to be a legal challenge. And we know that's the case because just recently, was it a day ago, 2 days ago? ATF told them to cease and desist manufacture, and RareBreed said no. So now this is where this gets interesting. Do I want one of these devices personally for the simulated full auto roll? I do not. But this is where we could actually have a legal move forward. When the manufacturer says no to that declaration because they legally believe they're in the right and are willing to put themselves at risk in this legal battle against the ATF, which, by the way, is a high-risk endeavor, but they're willing to do that, and they designed this thing specifically to make that legal battle very challenging for the ATF and the NFA laws, then we have a very interesting thing in regards to the RareBreed trigger. Physically or functionally, do I think the RareBreed trigger is a neat thing to have in my gun? No. However, does that make it useless? No, because in this instance, it's probably very useless, or very useful, excuse me, in that it was designed to trigger a legal event to challenge directly NFA law. So in this regard, and the ATF and their rulings that they just seem to make with fiat power and decide is now the new rule. So I think RareBreed trigger is very useful from the perspective of being designed to cause this event to occur, which is happening right now, and this will be a very interesting thing to watch.